Hi there. My name is Magnus Sempler Holte, and today I'm going to tell you about herding cattle in AR. This AR project is ANNO Museum's first step towards getting to know and use new technology in our storytelling. But first, a little about our museum. ANNO is made up of small and large museums all over the county of Hedmark, from local village open-air museums to museums of national and international importance. The museum, with all its departments, constitutes Norway's largest open-air museum, and we manage 23 venues, 500 cultural historical buildings, a collection of approximately 170,000 objects, and 4.3 million photographs, which many of them are available online on the webpage Digital Museum ANNO. So, with all this to manage, why AR? Well, in our struggle to reach out to new audiences, strengthen our dissemination, and create new attractions, we want to make use of modern technology. So, here are some of the approaches we wanted to meet. Live up to the expectations of museums playing a role in community development. Bringing technology also to small museums. These projects are expensive, but with joint efforts, we can explore the technological possibilities and offer them on the small venues in our museum. Cross-marketing and synergies between our museums. And maybe most importantly, explaining history, using digital layers to explain authentic objects, buildings, and stories. And of course, from March on, Corona. What do we do when we cannot meet? Well, with the AR technology, you can be outside using your own phone. It is safe and a new and hopefully fun experience. So, with these approaches in mind, we started to work with the main goals for this project. It is important to say that the main project is meant to run for several years, exploring both AR and VR technology, meaning that the particular project I'm presenting for you today is one of many to come. Anyways, the overall goals are testing new technology. How can technology help us bring new dimensions to the audience experience? In other words, it's also a research project. Increase understanding of new technology in our organization. We want to raise competence to understand, use, and develop, making the knowledge and experience from this project valuable for coming projects. And reach out to new audiences and increase our visitor numbers. And of course, reaching out to new target groups as well. So, together with Eon Reality as a developer and funded by Arts Council Norway and the Savings Bank Foundation in Hedmark, we could start developing our project. And the result? Well, it's KuGo, herding cattle in AR. With all this in place, we started working with the concept. We wanted to make this an AR application that can be used in the open-air museum on Domkirkeodden, Hamar. Wanted to make a product that can be customized to other venues in ANNO, and we decided on the target group, children and youth between 10 and 18 years old. We set up 3 goals. Motivate children and families to use the museum facilities outside opening hours. Spread the knowledge about local history and mountain farming. And third, bringing down walls in AR. And the last one I'm going to explain a bit more for you. As I mentioned in the beginning, we have some 500 historical buildings, most of them unavailable for the public. Therefore, the idea of bringing down the wall. It made us curious, not only for this project, but for projects to come as well. Can this be an opportunity to show and tell stories usually locked inside a door and behind a wall? Well, we wanted to test it, so I'll show you later how it went. To be able to reach out to the target group, we wanted to use known ingredients for children. One of them is, of course, heading towards a mobile application, implementing gamification techniques such as tasks, time travel, and achievements to motivate interaction using AR to make the experience immersive. Our hope? Well, that this will make our children explore cultural heritage. With these premises and ingredients, and after months of developing, we ended up with this storyline. When starting the app, you're asked to bring a bunch of cows to the mountain farm. In Norwegian, we call this a setter. So your main task is herding the cattle to their summer home. The starting point is right inside the main gate at the museum, and while walking through the open-air museum, you scan 7 markers where you meet different people. They ask you questions, tell you stories, and give you tasks. And in the end, you actually get to a mountain farm building. There you meet a budeie. It's the woman running the mountain farm. She will take care of your cows, and she will, of course, ask you questions to check if you have learned something on your way. I'll now give you some examples. Here we are out walking with the cows. As you can see, they are following us wherever we go. I'm now going to scan the marker on the sign. When scanned, a person will appear in front of us. This is the farmer. He's really glad to see us, and he's really glad to see the cows, because it's his cows, and he's asking us to take them to the mountain farm. In this dialogue, he's also asking about our age, and also if we can name all the cows. While testing, we saw that this was really engaging for the children to do.
Kuene trenger navn. Kan du hjelpe meg?
After 100 meters or so, you will get up to the next sign. When scanning this marker, a guy will appear in front of you. This guy sells and trades stuff, and he will ask you if you know what he does for a living. He will also ask you if you want something to bring along your way. Let's hear what he has to say. And please forgive him. He doesn't know how to speak English.
Jeg ser du på vei til setra. Har du det du trenger? Du skal få noe du kan få bruk for til meg. Vil du ha en spikkekniv? Eller kanskje ei skralle til å skremme bort ville dyr, så kyrne dine får gå i fred?
As you see, the persons you meet along the way, they tell you stories, give you tasks, and ask you questions. The last example I want to show you is bringing down the wall. When scanning this marker, the wall in front of you will disappear. You will now have the chance to look inside one of our old houses. You can go from side to side and have a good look inside. In this example, we animated the room, but this can also be made in a 3D video or photos. As I mentioned before, this is one of the things we really want to explore more in our coming projects. So, did we have any troubles along the way? Well, of course, we had many. I'll take time to tell you a bit about one of them. Have you ever seen a flying cow before? Well, if not, take a stroll down to Domkirkeodden and you might see one. Our idea was that the cows were meant to follow you from the starting point all along the way till the mountain farm. However, this was really difficult. Sometimes the cows were flying, sometimes they were way ahead of you, sometimes they were stressed, or sometimes they just disappeared. Nonetheless, the children really liked having the cows around them while walking this trip. So we worked a lot getting it to work, and we still are actually. The flying cows were actually so funny that we took them and implemented them in the design. As you can see here, you can see cows up in the skies. We tried to make the design simple, with few words explaining what to do. And now we're actually already in part 2 of this project. We want to further develop the KuGo app. We want to customize it to other venues in ANNO Museum. And of course, we want to develop a whole set of new technological solutions. For example, we want to explain and tell the story of forestry. But I don't think I have time to tell you so much about that now. Thank you so much for your time, and you're all welcome down to Domkirkeodden and try KuGo herding cattle in AR. So long, bye bye.